Welcome fight fans to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video I must admit something to you guys. I have a confession to make. I do not care to see Jaron Ennis fight Terence Crawford anytime soon. Here's some context for you. We know tomorrow night in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Jaron Ennis is defending his IBF 147-pound strap against David Avanesyan. Who did he beat to win that title? Nobody. It was given to him. Why? Because Crawford vacated to go to 54. That has nothing to do with Jaron. We need to drop this premise into thinking that just because a fighter is given a belt, that doesn't mean that fighters deserve it. Before I move on, I must say, Jaron Ennis is a super talent. He's deserving to have that belt. I'm glad Eddie Hearn signed him. I'm glad he's part of Matchroom Promotions. I know Eddie will give him the spotlight, which is happening in less than 24 hours. He built a whole card around Jaron Ennis in his first fight under the promotion. You know what that entails? That entails his hometown coming out to see him. That entails Jaron putting his own boys on. His boys are on that undercard. Everybody in Philly gets to eat. I love that aspect of boxing. That's what you see when you have a Shakur Stevenson who has a card built around him in Newark. His boys were on the undercard. So where I'm getting at is, just because Jaron has a belt that he didn't win in a fight doesn't mean he's undeserving. That's not the point of my video. This is my confession. I am disagreeing with Eddie Hearn. He will tell you, he will tell me, and he has told anybody who wants to listen that the best fight in boxing, the fight that we need to make, the fight that has to take place is Jaron Boots Ennis versus Terence Crawford. Horse shit. Why is that the fight that has to take place? I totally disagree, and here's why. Boxing is about trajectories. This word is highly important regarding each fighter's career path. Trajectories in Bud Crawford, he has put the hard yards in. He is at the twilight of his career. At 36 years old, he's going into another division, challenging himself for another title at a weight class that he's never fought before. If you watch the lead up to Errol Spence Jr. in that fight week, what was the phrase Bud Crawford's camp kept saying? What were the words that they kept saying throughout that camp? They kept saying, keep it moving forward. Do you understand what this means in boxing? When he went from 35 to 40, he never went back to 35. When he went from 40 to 47, he never went back to 40. When he's beaten multiple world champions time and time again, 10 of them to be exact, he never had a rematch with one of them. Why? Because his motto has always been this: keep it moving forward. This is about legacy, career trajectory. He's not a guy who looks back in the rearview mirror. And that's not to say that one day Jaron, who's 27, just turned 27, happy birthday, he's still young, will one day reach and meet Crawford in a fight, but that is not the fight we want to see in boxing. Ennis, like I said at the beginning of the video, has never fought in a fight for a world title. That will change tomorrow. And in his whole 31 fights, he's only fought one world champion, and you can't even name him. You only know his name because I do videos on this, Sergey Lipnitz. So my point being, that is not the fight we want to see. I want to see Jaron dominate at 47 first. I want to see him win all the belts at 47 first. I want to see him become undisputed. By that time, Crawford might be 40 years old. I'm not a fortune teller. You guys can't read time. I don't know either. But what I'm saying is, the fight I want to see is the fight that's taking place in August with Madrimov. And then after that, who knows? But if I had to weigh my options, Crawford versus Boots or Crawford versus somebody else, you know I'm picking that somebody else. And you know his name is Canelo, not Jaron Ennis. So Eddie Hearn, I get what you're saying. And guys, you don't have to agree with me. You know my channel, you know how I roll. Put it in the comment section below if you disagree or if you agree. Either way, who do you think? Which two fighters is the fight to make in boxing? And do you agree or disagree with Eddie Hearn?